guys, I thought I'd share something a little bit different with you today. I love to take online classes, and for the last few years I've taken quite a few. I've taken, last year I took Lifebook all year long. This year I'm also taking Lifebook all year long. In previous years I've done some of the courses by Christy Tomlinson and I can't remember who else now. Anyway, I really like doing different online courses, and I think online courses are great for whatever level or ability you're at. If you're a total beginner and want to learn about drawing and art or journaling, they're really good to get you started and help on your way, and you can learn different techniques and tutorials and you'll get prompts and things. If you're an established artist or you've been journaling or arting for a while or stuff like that, then they're also really useful, particularly if you want to get out of a rut that you might be stuck in, or you want some prompts or something like that. Even I personally think, even if you are an accomplished artist selling work all the time, I think there's always something to be learned. There's always a little snippet of something to be learnt, or find out about yourself, or learn to use Medium in a different way. Or anyway, I just think that online courses are a really fun way of kind of learning new techniques, experimenting, and they're pretty affordable. I think most of them are. There's a few that I'm like, oh, they're quite pricey. So I think they're kind of, generally speaking, they're quite affordable to be able to, you know, take a class from international people, and you know, that you wouldn't necessarily be able to fly and see people. So I really like doing online courses, and as I said, this year I'm doing Lifebook all year, and I also I found this class fairly late on, and it's another year-long course. It's called In Tune with the Moon, and it is run by a lady called Jennifer Russell. And I asked if it was okay if I could share this with you guys, because I have really enjoyed, don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed all of the online classes that I've ever taken, but I'm really enjoying this class, and she's a fairly new teacher, and there aren't that many of us that are in the Facebook group. I think there's about 10 of us, so I don't know whether that's all of the people that are taking the class, or just, you know, a few, because not everyone uses Facebook or something. Anyway, I asked if people could join at any time in the year, and if it was okay if I spread the word, because I'm really enjoying this class, and I thought it might be nice to share it with you, and to, you know, some of you might enjoy this class too and might like to come over and join us, because we could do with a few more people. She's such a lovely lady. Her videos are just so relaxing. She's got a lovely manner and a lovely voice and all that. So this class is an art journaling class, and it's called In Tune with the Moon, and so there's new prompts every new moon and new prompts every full moon, and there's a combination of art and art techniques, journaling prompts, and also, you know, some prompts to kind of go off and research stuff for yourself about the moon, about cycles, about how you connect with the moon and cycles and stuff like that. It's what I'm going to do is I'm going to link the details of the class below, and that's, so I genuinely am really enjoying this class. And as I said, I asked Jennifer if I could share it on my blog and on my YouTube channel, because I feel like she's a new teacher and obviously hasn't got such a wide spread as some other people have, and it would be really nice to kind of get some more people on board, because I'm thoroughly enjoying it, and I thought I would share with you kind of what I have done so far. So she teaches us, or her step-by-step was to use a fairly cheap composition notebook. Well, and then, you know, kind of put your intentions into the book and to design the cover and everything. Well, number one, we don't have composition books over here that I found anyway. And secondly, I have had this book for a while now. I bought this book for a different purpose. I bought this book to use as my Book of Shadows. I do already have a Book of Shadows, and I bought this book because I loved the cover. Thought the cover was lovely, and the paper inside was pretty crap, to be honest with you. So the intention was to swap from one book that I used to another book, this being the other book, but the paper was just so crap that I kind of didn't really use it, and I put it on my shelf for a while. And I've been meaning to get this book out and do something with it for a long time now. And so, taking this class, I decided that now was the time to get this book out. But as I said, I absolutely loathed the paper in it. It was weird paper that just, everything just bled and wicked on it. It was just really, really odd. So what I did is it was leather bound as well. I had leather strings. So what I did is I cut it all out, and I took all the pages out, and I've rebound it. I used baker's twine for binding. I always use baker's twine whenever I bind journals. Always use baker's twine because I just really love baker's twine. I think it's cute. So yeah, I just rebound the spine, and I put watercolour paper in inside. When I bind stuff into books, I always make sure that there's like a slope, i.e., you know, there's capacity for the pages to expand as you perhaps do collage, or paper naturally expands when you put like medium and stuff and handle it. So I always make sure that my books have got a slant to them to allow for that expansion in there. I am wondering whether I perhaps didn't put enough paper in this one, but I can always, the beauty of binding your own journals is that you can always bind more into them as you go, or you know, I could always cut these back out again and then add more signatures in and then bind them back in. That's really easy to do. So yeah, I've now transformed this book, so this is what I'm using for the course. Whereas other people are kind of using the composition notebooks and doing their own covers and stuff on it. So my first page I am going to redo, but this was a reproduction of one of my dashboards that I had in my Etsy shop, and I just popped in here, and it was laminated, and it just looks really rubbish. And I'm gonna redo the title page, so I'll do that. And as I said, the part of the course is kind of the thing with all online courses, okay, is that you need to take an element of responsibility for it yourself. So the teachers can only give you so much, and you need to then take that on board and work with it. So you know, you get prompts or triggers, or you know, what I do is I watch the videos a couple of times, read the stuff a couple of times, and see what comes out of that. See if there's anything that I'm kind of like, oh, I want to take that further, or I want to know more about that. I am kind of like that anyway. I kind of have a thirst for knowledge, and if I find something that interests me or sparks something of an interest in me, then I'm like, off I go. I read all about it, and I research on the net and all that kind of stuff. So I love this kind of thing. And you know me, I'm always posting stuff about stars and the sky. So I'm a big lover of the night sky. So to do a whole year-long course on the moon, right up my street, I can tell you. As I say, there is an element of kind of owning it yourself and going out there and taking it further and researching and all that kind of stuff. So I decided that I know quite a lot about the moon and stuff, but it isn't an area that I've done massive amounts of study in or really looked into. So I decided to go off and actually, you know, because we get prompts on the new moon and on the full moon, and it's one of those things I really wanted to establish when that was, in the year and the cycles of the moon. So I went off and kind of did my own research and made my own pages on the cycles. I didn't measure out and make them equal spacing to each other. But anyway, I was just trying to plot the waxing and the waning moon and the moon's phases from new moon, you know, all the way through to full moon and then back again. That's how I kind of tried to plot that out. And then just writing a bit about the different phases and what that kind of means. So that was my own taking it on board, my own little researchy type thing and going off. As I said, we're only in the first week, okay? It's a year-long course, and the course started on the 20th, which was the new moon. So we're not far down into the course yet. So, but one of the prompts was to decorate your cover on your journal. We set the intentions of what we want to do this year in the course and what we want to learn and all that kind of stuff, and kind of put our energies into the journal. When you make a journal, you are always putting your energy into a journal, and you always have more, I think, I do anyway, I always have more of a connection with the journal when I put more of myself into it. It's like an energy exchange with your journal. So she kind of goes through all of that as well, which I love because I love my journals. And on the piece of art that she did was a fox. And a lot of the time when there are prompts in online courses, sometimes I will copy or replicate what the instructor has done if I really want to learn how to do that, or, you know, it just really resonates with me. Other times I take the general gist of it and go off on my own way, you know, and then I do somewhere in between the two. That's the doorbell. Start to the door, and I can't remember where I was because the door went. It was my neighbour and they came in for a cup of coffee. Anyway, I was talking about the artwork, wasn't I? So the piece of artwork that Jennifer did on the cover happened to be a fox, and that really resonated with me because for the past year or two, probably even longer than that, foxes just keep popping up everywhere for me. And I have a fox who's my spirit animal, my spirit guide, my totem animal, however you like to do that. I have a few animals actually, but the fox is the one that comes through the most. So so that was really cool. I was like, yes, brilliant. But she encourages you to do other artwork if the fox doesn't resonate with you. But it did with me, so I did my fox. And so painted a picture of a fox, and then I just wrote about what, like, symbology the fox has as a spirit guide or what have you. I just wrote that on there. And then on this side I just wrote a bit of a poem about the moon phases and stuff. So yeah, and that's where I'm at at the moment. There are some other prompts and things that I want to explore, so I'm going to be carrying on doing that. And as I say, I just wanted to share with you, and no doubt at the end of the year I shall probably do a journal flip, or if you guys want to see a flip through of that journal or book or class sooner than the end of the year, then let me know. If you want like a 3-month or a 6-month, then let me know. Similarly with my life book, last year with my life book I was here, there and everywhere, whereas this year I'm doing it all together in one book. So if you guys want to see a flip through of my life book work, then let me know, and let me know whether you want like an end of year or a 3 or a 6 month or something like that. Then I'll be happy to share. I'll also link below, I have a playlist here on YouTube of online classes that I've been collecting, some of which I have personally done, some of which are on my wish list, and some of which I'm just keeping as so I know what online classes there are. So if you wanted to explore some online classes for yourself, then check out that playlist, and you know, you can learn, you know, maybe take a class or something, treat yourself to a class. As I said, a lot of them are very affordable. A lot of them do payment plans, so you can spread the payment out. And you know, no matter what stage you were at with your art or your journaling, I find there's always something in there. You know, like the more advanced people can really get into the art side of stuff, or you know, use the prompt to kind of reawaken the imagination and get the creative juices flowing. Or for beginners, you can learn new art techniques, and you know, if you're looking to get started in journaling, they're really useful. So I thoroughly recommend Lifebook, and I thoroughly recommend the In Tune with the Moon so far. So check those out, and then also check out the other courses that I've got listed below as well, because just because one art class or one journal class or whatever works for me doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. Other people kind of find it different and work with different things. All I would say is, when you do an online class, try and, you know, don't just take everything at face value. You know, take it on board and then push yourself a bit more. So research around the subject, take it a bit further. Don't just stick with that one prompt. You know, really kind of work with it. That, I guess, is something that comes with the experience of doing online classes, though. But yeah, just have fun with it. And if you're interested in either of them classes, you know, if you're interested in Tune with the Moon, in Tune with the Moon, there's only a few of us in the Facebook group, so you know, if you do take it up, come over and say hi. Yeah, she does offer, well, I don't know if she does offer payment plans, but I'm on a payment plan because I asked. I personally find it a lot easier to pay monthly, because I do a lot of things monthly, and I just find it easier to work out my finances when it's monthly rather than, you know, one sum. So that's how I do it. But yeah, so as I said, a totally different video today, but you know, this is what it's all about, sharing. You know, this is what it's all about. So I hope you enjoyed a little bit of snippet from me, and if you do choose to take up a class, let me know which class you're doing and what you think of the class, and if you've done any before, if you recommend any, and everyone can have a bit of a, you can have a look at the comments if you're thinking about doing a class and see what other people have thought of those classes, and then you might consider taking one yourself. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, bye bye.